All right, so difference of perfect squares. Difference means subtraction, so you have to have subtraction in between the binomial, and then you have to have perfect squares. If you do not know perfect squares, you need to look them up. Also, you can just straight up use your calculator and do the square root of a number and see if it comes out to be a perfect whole number, and that's a perfect square. So that's perfect square, that's perfect square. If that happens, you can factor it. You make 1 minus 1 plus, it doesn't matter which one it is. The square root of x squared is x, so x. The square root of 81 is 9. Boom, it's factored. All right, so we can do it also if there are variables. So once again, we have a difference. So I make my binomials. This one's minus, this one's plus. It doesn't matter which one. And I take the square root of each. So the square root of 16n squared. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of n squared is n. So this is 4n. That's 4n. And then the square root of 25 is 5. There we go. All right, I should have been saying this on the past two as well, but I didn't. You should always find your GCF first, right? Always for factoring, GCF, GCF, GCF. So the first thing I would do is see that these are even, so I'd factor out a 2, leaving me with 36p squared minus 25. Now I have a difference, and I have two perfect squares. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this 2, because this is going to be my answer. I've got a minus and a plus. The square root of 36p squared is 6p. So 6p, 6p, and then the square root of 25 is 5. Once again, always find your GCF first. So I can take out a 2, and then if I'm looking at my variables, I can actually take out a y squared as well, leaving me with 2 divided by 2 is 1. I had 4 y's. I took 2 of them away, so y squared. Negative 32 divided by 2 is a negative 16. Y squared divided by y squared is just 1. Now, I drop down my 2y squared, all right, my GCF, and then I have a difference of perfect squares. So one's negative, one's positive, doesn't matter which one. Square root of y squared is y, so y. The square root of 16 is 4, so 4. I think this is the last one. All right, so I start with my GCF. Does 128 go into 8? Let me look. Thank you. It does, so I can factor out an 8, and then I have at least one m. So I'm going to factor out my m, leaving me with 8 divided by 8 cancels. I had 3 m's, I took 1 away, so I've got m squared. And then negative 128 divided by 8 is negative 16, and my m's cancel. So drop down your 8m. I have a difference of perfect squares. The square root of m squared is m. Remember, you've got one positive, one negative. And the square root of 16 is 4. Factored. I think that's it. Yep, here are your practice problems. Make sure you have them for tomorrow, and we'll be all set. Oh, and you have a quiz tomorrow. Don't forget about that.